So the first thing I'll talk about is my good examples of everyday user interface. The first one is Netflix. I like the use of grids in the design and the navigation is really easy to use. I like how they have your continue watching section at the top of the app as it is really convenient. The only thing I'd change is to add in a feature such as a chatbot for when you're not sure of what to watch. And then the next one is Adobe Illustrator. I like how your recent files are on the home screen and the navigation is also really easy to use and there's a good use of grids in the design. The next one is the AIB banking app. You can check your bank balance by pressing the green button. You don't even need to put in your PIN, you just need to hold your finger on the green button. And then another good feature is being able to top up your phone credit through the app. You can top up with Vodafone, Meteor, 3, Air and Tesco, and all you need to do is enter your phone number and it's just a really straightforward process. And then another good example would be the Apple notifications and how you can swipe to make it disappear from your lock screen. It's really straightforward and simple. This one is a gate keypad and all you need to do is enter your 4-digit code and press the button on the bottom right. If you enter the right code, the green light comes on and the gate opens, but if you enter the wrong code, you can just press the X on the bottom left and start over. I like it because the interface is very simple and I like how it doesn't have any unnecessary features. The last example is the Just Eat app. It's very easy to use. I like the feature where they put the takeaways into different sections, such as the Chinese, the pizza, and the Indian. I also like that they have a section for gluten-free, as I eat gluten-free food myself, so it makes the ordering process much easier. And then these are the bad examples. This is a Morphy Richards 4-slice toaster and it's worth like €80. It does work effectively as it toasts the bread, but the only disadvantage is that it flings the toast out of the toaster onto the countertop when it's finished, so it's not very good with the springs in it. And then the next one is Blackboard. I really don't like the layout of it. It's very cluttered and half of the information isn't very necessary. I would only use the activity stream and the courses options on the tab bar on the left. And the course page also shows every course you've ever taken since your first semester, which is very unnecessary. Like, I currently don't need to see what courses I took in semester 1 if I want to find out what courses I'm taking now, so it's not very convenient. I would improve this by allowing students to edit what courses appear on the courses page and to be able to edit what appears on the tab bar as well. And the pentagram search feature also doesn't work very well. I searched welding for a brand identity project, but none of the results were relevant to what I searched, so I don't think that this works very well. The next one is the Argos website, and it's very cluttered as well. There's too much text on the screen, and there isn't much use of grids at all. If I was to improve it, I would make the design of the website more contemporary, and I would make the navigation a bit more easier to use. And the one that I chose to change is the rent.ie website. As you can see, the colour palette is very dull and the dark colours such as the black and green aren't very inviting. The website itself is very outdated. It was last updated 10 years ago. The website is targeted towards 18 to 25-year-olds that want to rent in Ireland, but the design doesn't really reflect that at all. The search feature needs updating. The drop-down feature to choose your location is very tedious and it's just not very effective. It would just be more effective to have predictive text, like you type in Letterkenny and then it'd come up as an option as Letterkenny, County Donegal. So I think that would be a bit better. And then you can also filter your search with your minimum and your maximum rent prices. And you can also choose the amount of bedrooms you want to search. The other feature I don't like is the most popular in renting today feature. I don't feel like this is very necessary. You wouldn't want to see popular places to rent around Ireland if you would only want to rent in Letterkenny, so I think this is really not convenient or necessary to have on the homepage of a website at all. And this is the second half of the homepage, which is when you scroll down to the next half, but I just put it on a new page for convenience. They have a large block of text for their About section, and they also repeat the tab at the top of the page on the bottom, but they repeated it in a different style. They also don't use the full screen width in their website design, which isn't really good because you'd need to use all the space you have, so it's good for the user. Then this is the rent.ie search feature compared to the daft.ie search feature. The rent.ie is on the left and the daft.ie is on the right. I think that daft.ie has many other features, such as the minimum and max bedrooms that you'd want, the move-in date, the length of the lease, and the property type, which is much more thought out than the rent.ie search feature. Then this is a zoomed in feature or a version of what the search results would look like when you search for your property on your rent.ie website. You see a very small image of the property with the key features displayed beside it, such as the rent per week, the amount of bedrooms and bathrooms. And then when you click on the more information button, you get to see a full page of information about the property. And then this is my redesign for the rent.ie homepage. I simplified the tab bar and placed it on the top right of the screen. And for my redesign, I wanted images of the properties to be the main focus of the website, as it's a key selling point when you want to rent somewhere. It's just what sells the property. The feature here on the homepage is that it shows you the 4 most popular properties in your area today or this week, and the images would change to the next property after a minute, so you can also pick through them yourself by clicking on the circles that are above the white box. And the white box on the bottom of the screen would show you a brief amount of information about the property, such as the address and the price per month. And then if you click that, you get taken into a page about that specific property itself. And the text on the top of the screen are drop down menus, so if you wanted to rent a property, you click the rent button and you would type in your location and input your price range, your property type, and the number of bedrooms you want in the property. And then this page here is the page that you get after you've put in your search information. So the location is Dublin 4 and your price range is 375 to 500, and you searched apartment and 1 bedroom. And first of all, you get the images of the property. So I wanted the images to be the main focus, as that's what you're looking at. It really sells the property. And then the first thing you see is the key information, such as the address, and then you can see the location symbol. So when you click the location symbol, a Google Maps image of the property would pop up and you can see the surrounding features. And then you can see the price per month, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, the length of the lease, the move-in date and the deposit. And then there is a short paragraph of information about the property, and you can see what the property includes, such as microwave, dishwasher and bath. And if you press the contact button, you can contact the landlord and send him an email if you want to view the property. And then these are the improvements that I've made this week from my feedback from my lecturers. This would be the new homepage, and I wanted to put the rent section first instead of having the drop down menu to minimize the amount of clicks the person would have to do. So all you have to do is type in your location, and there's a drop down menu for property types such as apartment, house, sharing, and then you type in your price from say 300 to 500 per month, and then you select your amount of bedrooms. And I've put the original feature underneath the search box, so it would be the most popular properties today in your area, and if you click on the white box on the property image, you can find out the full information about that property. And then if you scroll down the page, there would be a few more popular properties in your area. And then I made some improvements to the search page. So this would be a property page, and then you click the arrows left or right to view the next ones. I've added in a 360-degree feature so that you can view the property without having to go and view it in person. So you can see everything you want, and I feel like this would minimize the time for the customer, so you wouldn't have to waste time going to have and view the property. And then instead of clicking the location icon beside the address, the Google Maps feature would just be there permanently. And then this is a mock-up of what my website will look on a laptop, and that is my presentation.